I ain't gonna lie. For a long time, I didn't realize that my only therapy was getting a haircut.
Talking to the barber.
Yeah.
Oh, you did the haircut.
But it's crazy. Like I would never
And you changed therapists, obviously.
switch therapists here and there. You know what I'm saying? Here and there, I use a different therapist when I'm out of town.
No, just not as consistent.
It's but at one point I was like literally like wolfing. If I see him, I'm like, bro, ain't nobody touching, ain't nobody touching my hair. But it's like when you do, you don't realize it until you're getting the haircut because it's also a transformation after you're done.
Good
You
point.
see what I'm saying? So it's like you
Yes.
go there, you like looking a certain way, and the barber's kind of like, how'd you get looking like this, my dog? Like, and you kind of decompress, you're talking,
Yeah.
you just sort of working through stuff, and then he spin you around and hand you the mirror, and you like, I'm a brand new motherfucker. Like, I'm ready to do this.
I love this concept. I think it's really beautiful.
So sick. Like
No,
you
it
never
makes
know.
perfect
You
sense.
never knew as a barber. Like dog, you're a real life therapist. You have to be.
Yes.
Especially if you got people that's coming every week. Like you got that kid that comes every week, and it's like you know him. You
Yeah,
damn
that
near-
check-in.
How
did
you
it go?
doing? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
how's
saying?
work?
Did
How's the
you ace
lady?
that test? You was stressed about a test the other day. You was.
Yes.
It's like you know the little man. Like it's crazy. Like I think a lot of
I
black
love that.
boys, like when you're growing up, you don't realize it, but your barber is one of your therapists.
There you go.
Now I will never be your hater, I'm your biggest fan. I hope it falls into place just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's up, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. Dope clip. My Shumpert. Is it Cree Summers? That's not Cree Summers. Is that Cree Summers? I always forget. Yeah, it's the Cree Summers, not Lisa Monet. Yeah. What's interesting about barbershop therapy is, guys always would talk about like, yo, this is the way you get it all out. You talk about a lot of things. It's the barbershop. It's like a free speech place. I ain't been to a barbershop since I was fucking 14 years old, probably. So I never did the therapy thing. I'm not gonna lie, but I get the concept, and I get the therapist part, and I get the spin around and the transformation part. It's not like I've never been to barbershops. I saw it. I didn't, when I was younger, it just didn't rock with me. Like, man, can I just get a haircut and get the fuck out of here? That's what I was doing. And but the transformation part and the talking part is very interesting because it is. Guys were, I would say, less concerned about hair than they are now. So now it's like, I ain't gonna front. I think, too many single mothers raising too many sons made hair too much of a priority. And that priority spilled over into their manhood and morals. And the barbershop was that place where people would talk through things, and people would say something and they thought it was right and they thought it made sense, and people then would throw in their 2 cents like, you might be looking at it from the wrong angle, or you made a good decision right there, or that's dumb. Because sometimes a barbershop can tell you the shit your family and your friends can't, because you know they're your family and friends, and they're too close to you, and you don't want you tuning them out because they're so close to you. But when somebody who sees you just occasionally, they can see like you falling off. You doing good, man. You sharp. You keeping it up. Like, and it ain't just the haircut. It's not needing the transformation as much. You get what I'm saying? So some of us have lost that. Excuse me. And even with this, like when you say with people wolfing it, even with guys like, I gotta grow it all out, and I gotta get, that idea that if you grow your hair out or you grow your beard out, it makes you rugged. It's a dumb ass idea, but do you see how people go with it? Like, it's the look of rugged. Well, chop some fucking wood. No. Okay. Fix a car. No. So now looking rugged is outfit. So then even when they clean up, now you clean up and you're a new guy, it's like, I'm not accustomed to being clean, and it's not necessarily just clean; it's organized. You know, and I learned that for I think I cut my hair off when I was like 15. Like I went bald when I was like I just cut it all off when I was like 15 and kept a bald head since pretty much. Except for I grew it back a couple of times. You know, maybe when I was 17, I was set for the prime. I grew it back. Then I was in college. I grew it back a little bit. I cut it back off, and then when I was like 25, I grew it back, and then I cut it off again. And I didn't realize this, but the interesting thing was, you know, when you're bald, you got to keep cutting it. It's got to be a daily thing, you know, because if you don't do it daily, it immediately looks like you need to fix that, you know. But just like having a fresh fade on a regular basis, or keeping your hair combed or brushed on a regular basis, it's a part of being organized. And going barbershop therapy was to reorganize you, to get you back in focus. And a lot of times, what you're seeing is, you know, people lose focus, and then go off track. And there's a certain comfort, you know, also because, you know, if you're in a barbershop, you're accustomed to certain people and certain faces and certain conversations, you know. And it's not like I haven't been to barbershops. It's just I don't, you know, it wasn't my thing. I ain't frequent them. You know, I was like, I'll go chill out. Da, 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 da. If I had to, you know, I was cutting my son's hair, but in the beginning, I was like, you can go to a barbershop if you want. But, you know, ironically, he didn't want to do his chores to keep money in his pocket to go to the barbershop, but he wanted to get his hair cut. I'm like, nah, you got to earn stuff, man. Stop that. And that's the other thing about the good side about the therapy, and the bad side about it is, you know, you see how when people need a transformation to be better, they can only be better when they get the transformation. And that becomes a problem because, you know, like you said, once they spin you around in that chair and put that mirror in front of you, like, I'm a new motherfucker. I'm cold out here. And you got confidence, now you walking, and then all of a sudden, you know, now you can be, quote unquote, your best self. And then when you start letting the self go, not necessarily letting your hair grow, but when you start taking care of it because, oh, it ain't as sharp as it was, you know, 4 days ago, and then now you start just, now, you know, now you can only be good when you know, as a Dion said, you look good, you feel good, you play good, like all that, right? Now you got to go down this path. And one of the issues at the end of the day is this. Sometimes you stay consistent because you need the therapy. You get what I'm saying? And what happens when you can't afford it, though? You know, I don't know. I see you barbers that went up. God damn, you niggas charging. y'all niggas charging like y'all are like what do you call that shit? Y'all charging like the dope game dried up, nigga. How much for a fade? It'll be about a quarter key. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We need about a quarter key to get this fade, playboy. God damn. Hold up, I gotta sell a brick before I can get a haircut for a month. God damn. It's ridiculous. But sometimes you can't put a price on confidence or people's confidence. You can't put a price on it. And you start to realize that if I could bottle this feeling I have of when I'm transformed, and I could take it with me and not lose it, I'd probably be a force to be reckoned with. And if I could take these conversations that these young guys and these old heads have together, and I'll probably be a force to be reckoned with, you know. And because sometimes, you know, moms used to drop their kids off back in the day. Drop your kid off at the barbershop because I don't want to hear what these motherfuckers in here talking about. You need to be around some men. Here you go. Drop them off. You know, and if your mama fine, they gonna be looking at your mama ass on the way out and be like, we're gonna talk around. We're gonna talk. We're gonna have some grown up talk out here. When this little boy leave with his mama though, we're gonna talk about God damn this girl thing. You know. You should have some decorum with that, right? But DJ talk about life, relationships, girls, history, religion, spirituality. Sometimes some off the wall shit, you know, conspiracy theory, or you know, and you learn not just about people but about yourself, and you know that's missing. That's missing. But ultimately, you know, the interesting thing is, and I don't know how to say this in a nice way. I think the thing about it was the barbershop didn't throw away black men. So you actually got a full range of perspective in a barbershop, because it was the guys that everybody wanted to be, and it was the guys that society threw away also, all in the same space. And you got to see things over time. And it became therapeutic because you also can see what you want to be and how you want to live. And if you're down, you can see how you can improve. And if you're up, you can see how you can fall off. So the whole environment, it was therapeutic, or is therapeutic. But just like therapy, you can get addicted to it and put more emphasis on therapy than actually living. And I think that becomes an issue, a really big issue. But and now the extra feminine guy, and I'm gonna have to talk about that too. That this extra suit thinking, like being a little effeminate or feminine, you know, esque, is like a trend. It's not a good trend for you, for men. And the reason ultimately is, you know, all that femininity makes you less action based. You don't really do. You're a talker now. You're a talker and a feeler, but not a doer. And you don't realize how bad that ends up, or you do realize it, and your ass was lazy to begin with. And this is prime real estate for you to, you know, do your bum thing. Because let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's feel. Let's feel. Let's feel. Let's feel. You know, even with the barbershop thing, the guys be like, "What you gonna do though? What you gonna do about these situations?" See, that was a question. That was a normal question. I see what you're going through, but what you gonna do about it? And now we changed to what you gonna say. But just tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.